Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a bunch of mods to my son's ultimate MK3 Midway Legacy cabinet.
And also we have Super Metal Gamer Man here to help me. You got two sticks.
Two sticks, those are parts.
Those are sticks.
Labeled J parts.
You got two bigger sticks. Another stick.
And the control panel. Do you want to tell them what we're planning to do with the controls?
Mod it.
Looks pretty nice.
These buttons suck. They make me want to mod it. Jenna!
All right, Gervaxi, what do we got there? So for this one, I wanted to try something different. So I purchased Crown Samduska buttons from Focus Attack. This is a Sanwa button right here. I was trying to tell the difference. It looks like the crowns are just a little bigger. So I think I'm gonna have to make the holes a tad bigger. They feel very similar. I read on the website that, these are supposed to have like a little bit of a quicker bounce back, possibly. So we're gonna try to install them on the end. So while my son is putting the arcade together, I'm gonna start replacing player one buttons. They only had, that's the one thing about Focus Attack, sometimes they just don't have stock of certain buttons. You'll see where they'll say we have 2 left or 5 left or 7 left, like random numbers. So I bought 6 of these to try them out, and you know, maybe I'll wait for the same red ones to come in or buy a different color, but I think they'll be good. I think I like them. What's cool is it's a new deck, so we still have these on, so I can just flip it right over and they'll rest on these. So let's start doing that. All right, so we took the back off the control panel. And one quick thing, I want to replace these joysticks as well, because why not? We're going to put Sanwa joysticks in. And I just need to see the encoder board and what kind of connector it is so I can order a new connector for the new joystick, because this one will not work. So I'm just using my pliers. I'll pull these out one at a time. They're generally a little tight in arcade 1-up, so on some other buttons of the arcades you can kind of just pull them right out with your fingers. So these I generally use pliers, and then I'll pop the buttons out. So I just pushed the button right out. It was in a little bit tighter than my big blue, which I just did, and I thought I would need to enlarge this hole a little bit. I guess it was an optical illusion. This button looked like it was a little bigger, but it there you go. Button actually slipped right in fairly easily. So I also just wanted to show you guys this. These are the step bit drills that I used for the holes. So the holes were definitely a little smaller than the Sanwa and the Crown buttons, so I just extended them a little bit. And these things cut pretty slowly, so you don't have to worry. It's almost impossible to screw it up. You kind of just do a little bit at a time until they fit in. It's a bad idea to try to squeeze them in without it, because it almost will not work, and I think it can crack the buttons or the wood. So just get a set of these. They're 15-20 bucks on Amazon. I always say everything is 15-20 bucks, but that's pretty much what they are. And then I just wanted to show you, if you use Sanwa buttons inside the arcade 1-ups, see they have these little, I don't know what you want to call these little extra pieces of plastic, and that will make this non-fit. So all you need to do is take a little razor, like an X-Acto knife, and just slice it right off, and then you'll be fine. 1, 2, yeah, 3 of them. So just slice them and they'll should squeeze right in. After you drill the hole a little larger, it depends which arcade. Some of them they can kind of slip right in, but it's better just to take this step bit and kind of widen the hole just a little bit. So I'm also going to be changing the springs, and I have 2 different weights. I have the 2 and 4, and I'm trying to figure out which one I should do. I might do the 2 first and see how he likes it, because he's used to the springs that are currently in there, so maybe I won't put the 4s in just yet. So I want to show you what the parts inside are going to look like when you take them apart. This is the first joystick. It kind of all fell apart on me. The second one I was able to hold together, put the spring right on. And then this part right here is hard to get back on. I did everything with like these needle nose pliers, but you basically just have to put pressure on the stem and then kind of just squeeze it in there. So you better make sure you really want to change those springs before you actually do. But I did change this one out already, and it makes a big difference right away. If you like that, you know, stiffer joystick feel. So now I'm going to put the foam back on. I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to, so now I put my phone back on. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take out the arcade 1-up joysticks, and I'm going to reuse this metal piece here for the Sanwas because the holes are drilled properly. So this is the finished control panel, and I did replace these top buttons as well, the player 1 and 2 buttons, with some purple Semi-2 buttons. I just happened to have them laying around. You don't really need to replace those buttons, but I wanted them to match these colors, so why not? Oh, and here's something I showed in my other video. Now I want to show you guys the sensitivity of the buttons. I did this in one of my other videos. You see these with the Sanwa buttons? I'm barely pressing down on them. I would say, well, maybe halfway. See that? That's a full click. But you don't even need to do that. You hear that? And then same thing with these, the crown buttons. So that's why people like these. Sanwa's a popular brand where people just like, oh, I gotta get Sanwa's, I gotta replace my whatever with Sanwa's, but really they're for fighting games. They're not necessarily best for other types of games. There's buttons with like better feels, I think, but they're good for this. The difference in spring tension on Sanwa joysticks. This is 2 pound. 4. See the difference? It's a little give there. Here, nothing. Arcade 1-up. So without bass, with bass. Now we're gonna do a little demo of some fighting, and you'll hear the sounds it makes during punching. And then all I did was use this splitter right here, and it has the volume controls, so you can control it from the speaker itself as well. But this way you can control the treble side too. So this is a 4-inch riser that I purchased from the Buy Stuff store, and it's pretty necessary if you're like 5'7", 5'8", or taller. I'm 6 feet tall, so this arcade is tiny for me. This is one of the smaller models, the Legacy models. Some of them, like Tron, are okay. And this is my son, so I only got a 4-inch riser. Downstairs I raised it 6 inches. You see, and that's how it compares to the original Simpsons now.